you remember how to do it? We're on.
I hope so. We should be sitting up there.
We're live.
No, we can't.
That's the court.
Too close together.
No, two, they had two up there last week.
Yeah, but then bats, then everybody else out here in their bats here do.
Yeah.
That's why I set it up like this.
Yeah, this is better.
Are we on?
They're gonna do it like this next meeting, their next meeting.
Ready?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, welcome to the Village of Alexandria Bay, Village Board meeting, public hearing. First, I would like to thank the town of Alexandria for allowing us to use their facilities to do the live streaming. I'd like to stand for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I would also like to say that for the public that is watching, you do have a telephone number that you can call and text if you have any questions. The number is 315-778-9098. And when you do text, if you would please state your name for the record so that we have it and it can be read to the public.
Could you repeat that number to them again?
Molly, roll call. Okay. Trustee Urk?
Here.
Trustee Millett?
Here.
Mayor Jarvis, present. Trustee DeRigo?
Here.
Trustee Fulmer?
Here.
I'd like to open a public hearing on the override the tax cap for the 2020-2021 budget. If there's any comments from the board, I'll go ahead and read the resolution to enact the local law to override tax levy limit. Whereas the village board for the village of Alexandria Bay, New York has devoted considerable time and attention to budgetary issues for the upcoming fiscal year, and whereas the village board intends to adopt legislation to provide greater financial flexibility during budget deliberation if needed. Now, therefore, it be resolved by the village board of the village of Alexandria Bay, New York, as follows. The foregoing recitation is incorporated herein and made a part hereof as if set forth hereafter. The village board hereby enacts a local law to override the tax levy limit as being in best interest of the village of Alexandria Bay. The mayor for the village of Alexandria Bay, the village clerk for the village of Alexandria Bay, and their respective agents and employees are authorized to sign all documents and take all steps necessary to enact this legislation. Legislation shall be filed with the New York State Department of State. The resolution shall take effect immediately. I just gotta notice that we don't have video and we only have sound.
Did you hit both buttons?
Yes. So we have video or sound but no video.
Okay,
So
we
we'll
got sound.
work on that right now.
Can we on with Molly? Did you hit both of those?
I just was told video and sound is working.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't hear that, it wasn't enough. Are you waiting for comments from the public?
Yes.
Why don't you repeat your phone number again, just to make sure they've got it?
What's that?
Repeat your phone number again, just so they have it.
My number is 315-778-9098 if the public wishes to make any comments. When you do text, please send your name along with your message. Are you hooked up with Molly?
Are we recorded?
Okay, she just sent me a thing saying about the audio.
We have nothing from the public so far.
I think we should give them a couple minutes to text.
Does anybody have any questions, from the public? You can text me at 315-778-9098.
I think we should give them at least 25 after. I use my phone and his phone just in case they want to call regular online.
Close the hearing.
I would,
Have a motion to close the hearing?
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing on the tax cap.
I'll second it.
Motion by trustee Erk, second by trustee Millet, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carried. We go right into the second public hearing is to present the tentative budget to the village board and to the public. Has anybody had any questions on on the budget?
No. You got one?
No. Just it's about the docks.
Oh, we're not doing that right now. This is about the, well, as a citizen of the village and a trustee,
I just got a text from Mr. Sweet, and he wants to know how much sales tax is projected in this budget.
175,000, right?
That was,
We figured 50%.
345.
Yep, and then we rounded it to 375, or 175.
We've reduced it to 175.
Right.
He's watching us on the
Yep.
phone.
So, Mr. Sweet, we had initially set, 345,000 for projected sales tax, and we've reduced it to 175,000. Total budget in dollars is $2,868,022. And again, estimating loss of sales tax, approximately 50%.
$170,000. We figure we will in sales tax.
back to my comment about the fund balance. That's the only thing that, I'm not thrilled about this budget.
I know you're not thrilled about it, but my comment on that is, we're speculating because sales tax is so bad, and everybody's in the same boat.
Yeah.
And we didn't
Makes sense.
expect this, you know, I mean, if we would've had our
Understand
sales tax,
that.
we'd have been in good shape.
I understand that, I just have to say it, cause it's quite a large number this year.
It is for us, and I think
It
it's
was
gonna
a
be
large
for
number before this all started,
Went from 30 to 60, down to 224.
244.
Well, I think if we all pay attention to the things, depending how far the corona shutdown or pause is, if we pay attention to all the things that we discussed, that we won't need to spend things on,
We should-
and make sure we don't, that number will come down.
And as us, as all the people that are looking at the money, we're the people that have gotta do that, and we've gotta be tough on the budget. You're tough on the budget, I'm glad you are, I'm like you, and I'm sure everybody else is on board. We don't wanna spend money we don't have to spend to get our money back up there where it belongs.
Even,
And I
mean,
agree.
And from now, not just
Right,
June one,
exactly.
even now, nothing should be purchased unless we absolutely need it. And if we need one part for something, we don't buy 10 just to have them anymore. If it's not needed, we don't buy it.
Our goal is to get more than that 244,000 back.
Right.
That's our goal. And I agree with you.
Mr. Sweet asks, how much is the fund balance now?
He's not gonna nail us.
Doesn't he have a copy of this?
And how much is in the current budget? In the current budget is $244,350.
What you would be using.
That's what we're using.
That's what we're using. And the balance is, I'm lost. I've lost my
Do you
plan.
have the paper she sent us?
I'm sorry?
Do you have the paper that had just the fund balance on it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Joe.
I don't have it, I just not seeing it right now.
What are you looking for?
The fund balance,
Fund balance
not
after,
including what's owed back to the general fund from the water department.
Is that the front sheet of the budget that she gave us? or
Yeah,
is there another
it should be.
Well, I have the front sheet.
Okay. We're taking 244
Mm-hmm.
out of the fund balance, right? That's what it's here. He wants to know what's in the fund balance, that's,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just drawing a blank here.
The fund balance is not expendable, so on 1.3 million.
I'm sorry?
1.3 million,
1.3 million.
right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after taking 244,000 out of the fund balance for the budget, there's still 1.3 million.
No, I believe that's what it was before.
That's what it was before,
That's what it is
minus,
before we take 244.
so we have 1.1 million. You're welcome, Mr. Sweet. He says thank you. Anybody else have questions?
I had a couple, but they were on something else. So
What's that?
they were on something else on the budget, so I'll bring it up when they come.
Any other comments?
I'd like to make a motion, we accept the, tentative budget and present it.
Motion by trustee Millet to
I'll
close the
second
public
it.
hearing,
I'll second it.
second by trustee DeRigo. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed?
No,
Aye.
Public hearing is closed. That leaves us open to public concerns.
Did you have something that you had for public concern there, you were talking about being a citizen and, something else? I kinda got on the thing there.
No, that was about the budget.
Did I have something about the
If
public
I had something
concern?
else.
No, just the fund, use of the
Okay.
large amount of money from the fund balance in regards to our budget.
I know what you're saying, I had a hard time sleeping when we did that, but,
I think we all do.
oh my God, who keeps this up?
So,
Wowie.
the question I have is the two
That's any
letters.
public concern.
I got a text from one of them.
Yeah, I just got it from him too.
Okay. Mr. Sweet just texted, what is the status of the boat launches in the village? And what is the future status?
Well, I feel as the boat launches in the village, with us having our own fire department. I mean, our fire department's our village. And we have to be, ready to go with the boats. And we don't have time to move cement pylons and stuff like that to move out of the way if we have to put fire boats in and stuff. And we have a fire on an island, it'd take us longer, we'd lose everything.
Oh, this is only the
Just the
launches
bill-
regarding for
Our-
fire department?
No, it was just
No.
regarding our ramps, are we gonna close them off? And I don't think we should.
Yeah, but isn't it from the governor that they're supposed to be closed?
Well, the state parks and stuff he closed, and the marinas, but he didn't say anything about,
I thought it was all public
yeah.
boat launches.
But,
The state park is not blocking boats from launching. It's a launch at your own risk. If we put barricades up or, put blockades up,
I
like
wouldn't go
yellow
that
tape,
far, I mean, it was just put out to the
then
public
you're
that
gonna
they'd
have
be
to have-
closed.
station people there to monitor it 24/7.
I would assume the
If
public
it's
is
a
smart enough to
use
do
at your own
that.
risk, and the public uses it correctly, then I don't believe we're liable as the village to block them off.
I had a discussion today with somebody who said that they heard that the ramps can be open, but basically, you better be bringing your boat from your backyard and not stopping at a marina to pick it up. So I don't know. I didn't hear where the governor said that all public boat ramps had to be closed.
I heard state parks and marinas, that's all I heard.
Mhm.
I would not block them off. I think that creates more of a problem for us, people trying to get in the water and going around them. I don't know.
Any other comments from the public?
I keep getting some.
Have a motion to approve the minutes from March 10th, 2020, and special meeting March 24th, 2020.
I'll make the motion to approve the minutes for March 11th and 2020 and special meeting March 24th.
I'll second them.
Motion by trustee Fulmer, second by trustee Millet to approve the minutes March 10th and March 24th. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion's carried. Motion to pay the bills, abstract number 20 and number 21.
I'll make a motion, we pay abstract number 20 and 21.
Motion is made by trustee DeRigo,
I'll second.
second by trustee Fulmer. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion's carried. Old business, resolution to override 2021 tax cap. I've read the resolution. I'll read it again. Foregoing citation, whereas the village board of the Village of Alexandria Bay, New York, has devoted considerable time and attention to budgetary issues for the upcoming fiscal year, whereas the village board intends to adopt legislation to provide greater financial flexibility during budget deliberation if needed. Now therefore it be resolved by the village board of the Village of Alexandria Bay as follows. The foregoing recitation is incorporated herein and made part of as set forth hereafter. The village board hereby enacts local law to override the tax levy limit as being in the best interest of the Village of Alexandria Bay. Number 3, the mayor for the Village of Alexandria Bay, the village clerk for the Village of Alexandria Bay, and respective agents and employees are authorized to sign all documents and to take all steps necessary to enact this legislation. This legislation shall be filed with New York State Department of State. This resolution shall take effect immediately.
I make a motion that you sign the resolution.
I second it.
Motion made by trustee Erk, seconded by trustee Millet. Roll call. Mayor Jarvis says yes. Trustee Fulmer?
Yes.
Trustee Millet?
Yes.
Trustee Erk?
Yes.
Trustee DeRigo?
Yes.
Motion is passed for the, to override the tax levy limit.
So this technique, make sure you do a roll call.
Number 2 is to adopt the 2020-2021 budget.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt the 2020-2021 budget.
Motion is made by trustee Fulmer.
I'll second that.
Motion made, or seconded by trustee Millet. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion is carried. Number 3 is FEMA amendment. This is from Ann Bink, Deputy Commissioner for Disaster Recovery Programs. The Federal Emergency Management Agency agrees with our request for the scope of work change. FEMA will create an amendment and approve an additional amount of $70,846.44. With this amendment, the total approved amount for above reference project worksheet will be $270,348.88. I have enclosed FEMA's determination for your review. If you have any questions, please contact me, Kelly Summerman.
Is this for 18 money?
Pardon me?
Is this for 2018 money?
No, I think that we're still talking 2017.
17?
FEMA was 2017, not
Okay.
18's already.
Prior to the one we just did before this, on the adopting the budget, we have to do that by roll call.
Okay.
You have to do a roll call on that last one.
Roll call to adopt the budget.
Yes.
Mayor Jarvis? Yes. Trustee Erk?
Yes.
Trustee DeRigo?
Yes.
Trustee Fulmer?
Yes.
Trustee Millet?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. That was Molly.
Yeah. For the people out there that don't know what's going on, Molly's helping me with texts telling us. if
We're in touch
missing
with
something.
Molly on the phone. Anything else under the old business? New business, number 1 is Kevin Crosby, EMT Services.
I was talking to the fire department on this, and, Kevin is a elected coroner down in St. Lawrence County, and he's also an EMT. And hopefully, maybe, the fire department said that they would put him on as a social fireman, and, we could use him on calls during the day to maybe cut back on a little bit on our expense with the guilfoyle during the week. And
When is the Guilfoyle contract up for negotiation?
I don't think it's till, I don't think we did one this year, did we? We missed it.
Is
So
there
right
a
now, it's kind of a
contract?
verbal,
Is there a contract?
not right now.
Molly has an old contract, or does the fire department have?
They had an old contract, and I think they wanna raise the fee on it, and that's why we were talking about this.
From who do we get a copy of the existing contract?
At the office.
Molly has it.
Yeah. But I think that, you know, if you look at the village, and for many, many years, no matter who worked for the village, if we had a fire or if we had a rescue call, every fireman that was a volunteer fireman for the fire department always went on the calls. And they've opened up the fire department so wide now that you can have social firemen from other towns and stuff, and to help out, because firemen are down on numbers, rescues are down on numbers. So this isn't even gonna hurt us a bit if we adopt the services of him and the fire department takes him up. It could save a life. And I think that it's important.
Is he okay with that?
Yeah, he is. He has to, he has to make sure he goes through the associate part and like that and stuff with the fire department, but yeah, he hasn't got a problem with it.
The only thing that holds me back, if Kevin's in the middle of a project or something, and he can't leave, and we don't have Guilfoyle or somebody here,
Didn't say we were getting rid of Guilfoyle.
Just
Okay.
supplementing with him. Will that take away from like what he should be doing at the sewer plant?
Well, yes and no. I mean, public service is public service, and, a volunteer is a volunteer, and I feel a volunteer.
Well, I need to know what's the long-term goal. So we say that he can be an EMT during his working hours, which is 6 to 3. So is the goal long-term to cut back on Guilfoyle?
I wouldn't say this year we would wanna do any of that with everything that's going on in the country.
Right, but long-term?
We may. I mean, we've got a lot of EMTs coming up in the Alex Bay Fire Department now. They're gonna be, 13 or 12 or 13, at the end of the next couple of months, you're gonna have that many, I think.
I don't know what they've done as far as the class with the
They've got a lot.
COVID-19, but there was,
A lot of them going through.
we have 6 now, and there's 5 or 6 in class right now.
Yeah,
When does Guilfoyle wanna raise the rate?
they already have.
They already have
When was that?
January, I believe.
But did we see that?
Yes.
No, that was through the fire department.
Well, how come we didn't get to see any of it?
We haven't seen a contract. That's a more of a month by month, which, you're right, we should have a copy of the contract. Actually, the contract should be between the village and Guilfoyle.
Yes, not the fire department.
Right.
And as village trustees, any negotiation that they are doing.
Should be with us.
Should be with us, not the fire department. I would like to see that.
What do you wanna say? Jeez, come on, I got other things to do.
I will get on that one.
We do not have a contract in place right now.
Oh, they're okay.
But we're negotiating, so we need, what's the oldest so we're working off an old one. Are we paying new rates?
I think they raised the rates $5 an hour, the last time I heard. And the fire department's eating it.
So, I'd still like to see
We can
it
find out.
and know what we're paying. I'd like to see the old contract and be told what we're paying now.
Yep.
Well, last year, what was it, 45,000
Well, then we have the budget.
last year?
45,000.
45,000
Line
we paid
item
last
on the
year?
budget.
It's mixed in there, it doesn't say what Guilfoyle is. Contract expenses for 2021 are 162,000, part of that's Guilfoyle, but we don't know how much.
Right, because they've changed their hours this year. They've
Yep.
changed their 4/10s for a while now. They're back up to working 5/10s now, I think.
I'll get with the ambulance, or with the fire department, and set up a meeting to see what they want proposed as a contract.
Well, we've gotta have some leverage in
We
order
have
to
to have
go
it.
into them with something. We can't just go in there and like we have nothing on the table.
Right, I understand that, and I'm okay with Kevin doing this, but I still think we need to have a long-term plan. This is your plan to maybe do this, and, you know, because it's coming back on us again, and the fire department too, you know, if you're talking departments that have to stop spending, not that they're over, but if we don't need it, don't buy it, even the fire department, because it's gonna be a tough till May, and it's gonna be tough the rest of the year, but I'd like to see
I'll
what,
have something at our next meeting.
okay?
Alright,
Number 2 on new business is COVID-19 for employees. With the COVID-19 that's going on throughout the world and affecting the village for summer employment, at the moment, we doesn't look like we'll have lifeguards, dock attendants, golf course, or summer help.
For when?
Pardon me?
For when?
This summer.
No,
You can't say that,
You can't.
because,
We don't know. I'm saying we don't know what the projecting is.
okay, but you didn't say that.
We don't know.
Right, so for right now, we have no summer
No.
part-time employees, but it all depends on what the governor says and does,
Exactly.
okay?
we gotta
What-
go in there with a positive attitude that we're gonna get our,
Yes, let's hope we do have. On the flip side, if we don't, well, again, it's all hearsay. It's all on projection of how the curve flattens or whatever happens with the virus and, business opens. But one of the concerns was, informing the employees that we have projected to let them know that at this moment, we're not sure what's gonna be happening.
I think people are smart enough to understand that.
Yeah.
Everything's closed right now, and the governor says we can open, and if it's in increments, we'll all know what we're allowed to do, and
Right.
I think, you know, people will know.
Number 3 on new business is a sign request from the whole scoop. The whole scoop, their ice cream shop downtown, their signs are in sad shape, and they're proposing to replace them with exactly the same size, signs.
is anybody familiar with them?
Yes.
you got a
Because
picture?
I went down and took pictures today,
Alright,
so.
Yeah.
see one?
I am familiar. They're outdated.
I
Yes.
measured them, I measured the signs, and they're the same size
Yeah.
as what they got in their thing.
Mhm.
So it's one sign.
Just that one
Well,
sign
No,
there?
and the one across the top.
And
See
one
the
across
top?
The
Oh,
big
okay.
square one and then the one across
Okay.
the top.
So it's just gonna be, just update what's
Replace.
there, but no electronics, nothing changing.
No,
Correct.
No,
Julie,
make-
you want this?
No, I know the signs. Thank you. I make a motion, we
approve the sign replacements.
grant their sign request to.
And I'll second it.
Motion by trustee Eric, second by trustee DeRigo to approve their sign. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Number 4 is to send delinquent water and sewer bills to the county for re-levy to the tax roll to the amount of $11,319.56.
I make a motion that we do that. I also talked to Molly this morning, and that, the figure may change a little bit there, before, because really they should have been in earlier, and we're a little bit behind because of the government being behind, so the value may just change just a little bit, but I make a motion, we send the levies in.
I'll second it.
Motion by trustee Millet, second by trustee Erk, to send the delinquent water and sewer bills to the county for re-levy onto the tax roll. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? This motion is carried. We're looking to set cleanup week for May 11th through the 15th of 2020.
Do you motion on that?
No, I think he's already just got the date set, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we have to make a
No.
motion on it. One thing I can say about cleanup week,
Gonna be big.
well, no, I gotta tell you what, each year it looks like it's getting less and less around the streets, you know? You see the guys going out there and collecting all the stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody at home,
Cleaning out the closet.
Yeah.
because there's nothing else to do.
But, the guys are doing a good job. They are getting all the stuff off the street. They are doing it.
Number 6 is fireworks permit. Request for fireworks display permit for the village of Alexandria Bay from the Chamber of Commerce. Name of the company, Majestic Fireworks. Display is Hart Island, duration 20 minutes. And they have a display date of July 4th at 9:45 p.m.
I make a motion that we accept that and allow them to do that, but if things don't work out and with everything, and they change the date, I would like them to be able to move the date to whatever they want it to.
I'll second it.
Okay, so we're making the motion so that it's pending the governor's order of pause, and what happened?
Right now it's for the 4th of July weekend, but if things change, we'll move the date forward.
Motion by trustee Millet for the July 4th. Second by trustee DeRigo. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. They also have request for fireworks display permit for, this says May 23rd, May 24th, 9:45 from a barge. Doesn't say,
I think they came to us on that before, didn't
Would,
they?
and the
get 'em
expected
out
duration
on
is
the bar.
12 seconds.
Yeah, they talked to us about that earlier this winter off Casino Island, tying the barge someplace on Casino Island.
I thought they hovered out the end of the village docks.
Could
The
be.
bay there?
We did
I know
it
it's up,
last
I know
year.
it's up that end. And I can't see a problem with that.
What date did they wanna do that on?
Looks like Memorial
May
Weekend.
23rd, 24th.
Yeah.
Memorial weekend, okay.
I'll make a motion that we accept, allow them to do it.
And that'll be the same way with the dates, if
Same-
the dates,
same deal, if they wanna move the
need to change the
date.
dates, well, then
Yep.
Motion by trustee Millet,
second it.
second by trustee DeRigo. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion is carried. Number 7 is Hearts for Youth request. Dear Village Board, we are respectfully requesting permission to sell bottled water, snack-sized bags of chips, candy bars in the parking lot of the Ship Motel on Military Appreciation Day, Thursday, June 18th, as a fundraiser for Hearts for Youth Incorporated. We have received permission from Pat Simpson, owner of the Ship Motel, to use the parking lot for this purpose. All the money that is raised will be used to support Hearts for Youth program. As you may be aware, Hearts for Youth services over 400 youth annually with our programs. All of our programs are offered for free or at a very low cost to our participants. We rely on fundraising, donations, and grants for the majority of our funding. This fundraiser will help us continue our mission to the youth of our community. I thank you for your consideration. Hearts for Youth Board.
I'll make a motion to allow them to sell water that day from that parking lot because they have permission, again, depending on the governor's direction on the pause.
Motion by trustee Fulmer,
I'll second.
second by trustee Millet. All in favor? Aye.
Hi.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion is carried. Board report departments.
Okay, I don't know if you guys have seen some of the paperwork, but they're really failing on their, inspections, contracts, meetings, all kinds of stuff down there. And they can't come up with a lot of the stuff that the, rural development wants. And I talked to a lady, her name's Bonnie Murray, and what she said was, we've gotta get things in order down there because they're hurting themselves for monies to coming in, grant money, loans, everything. So, I talked to her for quite a while on the phone and then she, sent me an email. And the email came with her recommendation that we may wanna look at different management companies to take over that, different board members to take over that, cause we've lost some board members and start from square one. I've talked to a few people that might be interested in doing that, and I have a list of, people, other management companies out there in our area, and I'd like to request to check into that for us,
I would say it's important.
so. That's where we're at with them, and.
They're supposed to have a inspection every 3 years. That was scheduled last fall. And the meeting was set up and locally did not show up at all.
They're supposed to have a meeting at least 6 a year at minimum, and they don't have one a year.
So management companies that do this same thing.
Exactly.
That might be the best way to go considering,
I think we wanna look into it.
rather than having to worry about getting community members to step forward and do the right thing and.
Well, we still have to have a board of community members.
Supposed to have 5
And-
people.
5 people, and we will, we'll work with them. I'll first check into the management company, and then we'll go from there, work with what they have from there. It doesn't necessarily have to be village, residents, because that's open to all over, so we can,
Yeah.
we can have, people on the board from all
You
doesn't-
probably,
yeah, so,
How long
Okay.
is the contract with the existing or the current management company?
there is no contract.
There's no contract, right.
Yes, I have the paperwork, I read the stuff over, and she told me, Bonnie Miller, she's a nice lady, real nice, or Bonnie Murray, a real nice lady, and it said that at this time, there's no existing contract. So, we're going month by month with the management company that we have.
So you're gonna check into it then next meeting, maybe?
I just
we'll-
wanted to get approval to call some of these other management companies and check with them and see where they're at. And, you know, maybe our management company isn't, there's nothing really wrong with it, maybe they just weren't getting functioned by maybe the board that was there, you know what I mean, so.
Yeah,
We gotta
yeah.
really know everything.
Right, but you can't blame the board
No.
for the lack of inspection. Your
Absolutely-
management company should have been
absolutely
dealing with
not.
that.
And I also, another conversation I had with her was with everything going on, would she give me some time on this, and she said absolutely, she'd work with me.
Yeah, I would definitely
They
look to,
definitely want the current management replaced.
I would agree with that, because if it affects, you know, funds coming in and grants and stuff, sooner the better.
Yeah.
You have to give them 30 days notice, the management company?
She said that she'd recommend it.
So, all right, so you'll check into it and then we'll give notice.
Absolutely. What I'll do is I'd like to contact some management companies, I even wanna contact her, the one that's doing it now, and talk to her. And then we'll go from there and we'll have the mayor write up a letter to what we wanna do.
Good. Number 9 is Church Street water line updates.
The only thing I have to say about that is that, JL is back working and is on schedule and will be working as long as we have good weather.
Yep. They got the last several houses reconnected yesterday and today. And one of them, Pastor Jeff texted me that, thank you for the fresh water. So that's, yes, that's working out really well. Recommendation for payment, authorized pay application number 8 for JL excavation for $60,713.27.
Is that a scheduled payment? Is that what
Yes.
is on schedule? Are they right on schedule?
Yes,
I'll make a motion, we pay it then.
thank you. I'll second that.
Motion by trustee Millet, second by trustee Fulmer to pay JL excavation. All in favor?
Hi.
Aye. Opposed? That motion is carried. Next is amendment number 2, rehabilitation project. This is Casino Island. This is the money that's
Left over.
left over from the CDBG grant to rebuild the ramp on the other side of the island.
Have they started that?
The grant, no, we're doing the paperwork and it's gonna be an all-new ramp.
Yes.
Not rebuilding,
Mhm.
yes.
The amendment will increase basic services by $12,000 for design, construction, phase services. This amendment increases additional service fee for verification of existing conditions by $2,000. The total net exchange and estimated contract is $14,000 as indicated in closed copies.
How much money's in there?
I would say 20.
As long as we have enough and we don't go over. Okay.
You each have a paper showing, the expenses for, Molly said she was sending it up for casino and for, Church Street Water
Oh.
Project, showing what's in there and what's left.
Yes, that's this,
Yes, there's 100,000.
budget increase
Around
accounts, remaining
124,272.
For Casino Island?
That's the adjusted agreement amount.
That's for
It
the,
was 30,000
Left over, wasn't it?
to be utilized to fund the ramp.
Ramp.
Right.
yeah,
Okay.
30 something.
So we're under.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that's all that matters.
Yes. Number 12 is Women's Golf League.
I'll address this a little bit. There's a little more to it than that. The women, play on Wednesdays, and with the, weather, the rainy weather and the season starting later, they were wondering if, since they play on Wednesday, if they get a rain out and they're gonna be not enough matches in, could they play any other day? Like, we'll say, if the league was on Wednesday and all of them couldn't make it, and some of them had to play on Thursday, or some of them had to play on Tuesday or Friday or whatever, would we allow them to pay the same fee as the league fees to make up their matches? I'd
On
like
Monday.
to change that a little bit for the women asking us. I'd like to change it for if the men's league for the Twilight League, if the, Three-Foot Twilight League and the Ladies League, ask us to do that, we should allow them all to do that with this year coming the way it is.
Will there be enough days in the week for them all to make?
Well, some play nights, some play mornings,
Okay.
so, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And two of the leagues are real small, and one
As
league.
long as we can accommodate everybody.
Absolutely, yeah. But, I mean, it's not,
Right.
we'll say, the whole league playing the next day. It's like, these 4 guys couldn't make it tonight, they're gonna play tomorrow. So, and I think that we should honor that this year, especially with things the way they are.
Mm-hmm.
before we go to the next one, do you need a vote, to be able to sign amendment number 2, the
Yes.
rehabilitation project?
A motion
I
to,
thought we already
Need a
passed
motion.
that before.
No,
No,
this is
that was
a
something-
This
new
is
one.
amendment, we need a motion to,
Okay, I'll make a motion that we do it, pass it.
to go back to number 11, amendment number 2 for rehabilitation project. Motion made by trustee Millet,
I'll second.
second by trustee Fulmer to approve the rehabilitation project. All in favor?
Should we roll,
Aye. Opposed? Motion's carried. Thank you.
should we roll call it?
no, but I would make a motion to allow the leagues to keep their fees
Okay.
for alternative dates,
For this
makeup
season-
dates
For
for
this
the
season.
season.
Okay,
Motion by trustee seconded
I'll second.
by trustee Fulmer to allow the league to keep their money. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion is carried. Number 13 is sign request from Martha Walti. This is for 34 James Street.
that used to be where the Singer Castle building used to be down there. That's gonna be a clothing store,
Oh, okay.
yeah. And I think it's gonna be a hanging down sign, and it's going to be, that's a picture of the
Yeah.
sign.
It's,
I took some pictures down there also.
I will.
You got the new sign too?
here's what
Yes,
the,
I saw the new sign.
Right
okay,
here is the
Hanging.
front of the place.
How many feet from the, it says how many feet up.
8 feet from
Yeah.
It's gonna be
the
8
ground.
feet off the
Where's
ground.
it gonna be?
It's gonna be on this thing here.
Oh, that's,
Excuse me.
what was,
You got the new
It's
sign?
gonna hang.
Linda's patchwork last week.
Yeah,
Open
I see, we
Okay.
seen down there working the other day, when we
Hanging
thought,
from this?
It's gonna hang off the building.
you got a picture of the new one, Steve?
The bottom of the sign.
Okay. Just a regular sign?
You
got a picture of it?
got a picture of it.
Oh, beautiful, yeah,
nice one.
I'll
that's
just do
nice.
that. Okay,
And I'd like to make a motion that we, approve the sign.
I'll
I
second
haven't
that.
done checked it out, they're really doing a nice job down there.
Lee looked at it, or not Lee? Who,
I went down there.
you
You
looked
second?
at the paperwork?
I believe Bubba did, or no, Judy did,
Judy.
sorry. I know it came from somewhere.
Motion made by trustee Millet,
Okay.
second by trustee Fulmer to approve the sign request for Martha Walti. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion
That's a
carried.
new business in the,
That's
There you
okay.
go.
Another new business.
Someone in Clayton,
huh?
right, she's got a store in Clayton too, right?
Yeah, she's gonna keep them
Number
all.
14 is a
Right,
resolution
that's
to
good.
make the village a lead agency for the Ready Grant. Resolution is, at a regular meeting, the Village Board of Trustees of Village of Alexandria Bay, Jefferson County, New York, held at the Town of Alexandria offices on the 14th day of April 2020 at 5:15 p.m. prevailing time. Meeting was called to order by Mayor Jarvis, and upon roll call being called, the following were present. Mayor Jarvis, Deputy Mayor Millet, Stephen Dorigo, Judith Fulmer, Julie Irk. 0 absent. Following resolution is offered, whereas the Village Board of Trustees of the Village of Alexandria Bay has agreed to undertake a capital improvement project known as the Ready Improvements Project, which includes the following: replacing a portion of the fixed Upper James Street dock with a floating dock, raising the remainder of the fixed Upper James Street dock, replacing the public restrooms adjacent to the Upper James Street dock, replacing the existing Lower James Street dock with a floating dock, construction of a new wharf at Scenic View Park, improvements at Casino Island, and improvements to the water treatment plant and site. And whereas the Village Board of Trustees of the Village of Alexandria Bay has previously approved the project, and whereas the project has been classified as an unlisted action as defined by New York State Environmental Quality Review Act, SEQR, in number 6, New York CRR section 617-2 AL. Whereas Village Board of Trustees of Village of Alexandria Bay has also received and reviewed a full environmental assessment form for such project, and whereas the Village Board of Trustees of the Village of Alexandria Bay wishes to act as lead agency in this matter and conduct a coordinated review under the State Environmental Review Act. Now therefore be it resolved that the Village Board of Trustees of Village of Alexandria Bay does hereby request that it be designated as lead agency for the purpose of performing environmental review, excuse me, on the project, and it is further resolved the EAF be circulated to all other involved agencies to seek their approval of the village as lead agency in order to conduct a coordinated review of the project.
You said dock bathroom, did you mean water plant? You said bathroom,
He
The
did say
bathrooms,
bathroom.
the Upper James Street.
that's not on any of the paperwork we have.
That was added.
It's not on here though.
Oh, I thought they were on there.
Because of the money that was left over,
That's what they, remember we picked a
Right.
couple things to go after?
Yeah, but this just came from
Yeah.
Dennis today.
So the upper
Okay, so
lower
what
James Street dock.
they asked us to use, to make sure we had extra things on there, on our wish list.
Okay,
Yes.
if that's what that is,
Yeah,
okay.
that's our wish list, I think it is. So, what do you need, a motion on that?
To sign the resolution.
I have a
to make the
motion.
Village lead agency.
I'll make it a motion.
I'll second. Whoops.
motion by trustee Millet, second by trustee DeRigo. To make the village the lead agency. Question adoption of foregoing resolution is duly put to a vote as follows. Mayor Jarvis, yes. Trustee Millet,
Yes.
trustee DeRigo,
Yes.
trustee Fulmer,
Yes,
trustee Erb.
Yes.
Thank you. Resolution is passed.
On that project, like the lower James Street dock, remember you and I went down and looked at them holes and stuff in the ground? What did he say about that? Did he say that that would be in the
he,
project?
yes, he put that in there.
So there'd be enough money in there to do
Yeah.
that. I got a call one day, so Judy and I went down on Uncle Sam parking lot towards Uncle Sam parking lot where they park all the boats, where our dock is. That's all washed out, there's big holes in there, and the seawall's tipping over. So that wasn't really in the beginning of the project, but that is our land,
Yes,
and
that
and
is
it's gonna
ours.
tip into the river. And it's right next to Ronnie's property, and the holes, people walk along there. I think we ought to put some stuff in it this year to fill the holes in. So,
I agree, I
yeah,
think when the
and,
DPW has some time, they should
so we
fill
don't
those holes
We
in.
have something going on, because
Yeah.
it's really washed out, so.
Alright.
Yeah. So we kind of put that with the dock part, because
Okay.
we were way under on that dock on that end in the very beginning.
Number 15 is amendment number 1 for the ready projects.
Oh, okay. You got a 15?
Amendment number 1, this is from Bernier Carr.
Mm-hmm. I don't have a copy of that. What's the amendment number 1 for the,
What's the amendment for?
Yeah, do we have something?
I don't have anything. I have the amendment for Casino Island, but not for,
This is to do with the study and report for the seeker survey and base mapping into the 3 projects. Basic services increased to $294,700. Residential project representative increase, $115,000. Additional services increase, $95,500. Total increase, $505,200.
For the Ready Grant?
Pardon me?
For the Ready Grant?
This,
Do you have copies of that for us, or?
I just have the one right now.
No.
They increased the budget, or increased that thing 505,000 already. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
See-
This is the Lake Ontario Ready Project number 2019-121.
That's just for them to do something?
As part, can I just see that a minute, cause I
Yep.
have one at home, but I thought we were all gonna have copies here, so I didn't bring it, but, if this is the one that I talked to Thomas from, 95% of this will be covered by the Ready.
I'm sure probably
95 or
95% would get
75.
covered by the Ready, but it's money that we could've used for something else. We seem to get hit every time.
This, I think
Turn
we,
around.
That's when it just came up, this afternoon.
I don't know if everybody has enough information on it to vote.
I don't,
Just hearing
he
about
said
it.
that it went up 505,000.
And what was that for? Mapping? Or
I'd like
what?
to,
Can I see that piece of paper?
yes, you can.
I don't mind them when they go up maybe 20 or 30,000 or 10,000 or
Yeah,
something.
that's
When
that
they,
one.
seems like every time we turn around, we're getting an amendment or a change or something. And they seem to always figure out how to get that extra money that's always there.
Okay, this came this afternoon from Thomas, and maybe it got left in the office. Molly said she made copies, which is why I didn't. Yeah, it's, I think it's something everybody needs to look at, and this is for the whole Ready Grant, the whole thing.
All three pieces.
Yes.
But it's an increase of that much?
I think because of everything that from what I'm understanding, because we finally got it all together, what we want to do and how we want to do it. It wasn't at 92,000, it was higher than that. If I don't, like I said, I don't have my paperwork to read it.
You said you got it from Thomas?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so there we are. Okay, the services in the original agreements that were amended included a study and report, a seeker, and survey and base mapping for the Ready project. This amendment will separate the current services between the three projects: James Street, Dock, Scenic View Wharf, and Water Treatment Plant. So I guess this is all of them together in one amendment explaining what it's going to be, now that we have
And that comes
decided
out of-
on what we're doing.
And that comes out of the ready money?
Yes.
By the original contract, no, study. Three projects, one. So what was the original amount for all those things? 'Cause now it sounds like they're just divided it up to equal 505.
Well, they're adding $95,000. The additional, the basic services, the resident.
Well, it says increase,
What-
increase, increase. So
Okay.
it sounds like it all
I
got.
don't know.
The original agreement amount was 42,000.
The, total award was approximately what, 3.5 million?
Should I see if I could get Thomas on the phone?
Well, it's a large amount of money. It's
Yes,
the
it is.
original agreement amount was 42,000, and now you're at 547,000. I mean, it's
Right.
like $500,000.
Yeah, it's,
$1,000.
we need more
That's a
information.
lot. I mean, that's not just like, Oh, I mean,
Is there a
that is,
deadline, Steve, on that?
We can table it.
Let's table it.
Okay, we might have to, if there's a deadline that we're unaware of, we might have to have a
Hold it.
special.
No, we don't. We don't have to have a special meeting, we just will adjourn the meeting until a later date. When we get done. We don't have to, if we don't get out of the meeting, if you want to tomorrow and get a hold of them, we can find out, then we could come up and have a meeting again, a continuation of our meeting with it, as long as we don't close our meeting.
Okay, or I could try to get him on the phone.
Let's table it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I make a motion that we table, amendment 1 for ready money project, is that what, right?
I agree with
Motion
you.
made trustee
I second
Dorito
it.
to table it, second by trustee Millet. All in favor? Aye.
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 Pardon me?
I said aye.
That motion's carried.
I heard you.
We'll discuss that. I don't have a 16.
What's that?
I says, I do not have a number 16.
No, neither do I.
I don't either.
He was saying he didn't have a 15.
I didn't have a fifth.
16.
Yeah, but,
No. Is there anything more under new business?
No.
no, not that I'm aware of.
Public concerns. Anybody from the public can text me, 315-778-9098. Give you a couple of minutes.
If I could, Molly sent me a text that said, at this time, each trustee should let employees know not to expect to return to work based on what the governor has to say.
Exactly, yeah, I was gonna tell you that after.
I don't have anything for executive, do you?
Yeah, we do, don't we? Yes, we do,
We do.
yes, we do.
Okay.
So, make a motion to go into executive?
I'll make a motion, we go into executive session.
I'll second.
Motion by trustee Millet, seconded by trustee Fulmer to go into executive.
Can we make that motion?
Time is 6:23.
Can we make that motion to go into executive but close the public, meeting and not go back into public meeting or not?
I believe we can.
You wanna keep the public meeting open so that we could address this tomorrow if we have answers to it? Is that your reason for that?
That was kinda, but you know what? He can wait, don't you think?
I was just texted that the River Day was being postponed, so.
Oh, here we go, I'll have an answer for you in just a second.
Okay.
No.
No, what?
What's that?
We'll have to adjourn.
That's what I thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
Motion made by
Thank
trustee
you,
Miller,
Molly.
second by trustee Fulmer to go into executive, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Thank you very much.
I'm gonna make sure do you know how to turn it out?
I had my,